Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to use Not Booked by African Eagle. This function is used when a service is added to or kept in a project for the sake of the rates only. This is sometimes necessary if we want to give the client a choice of services, for example, different categories of car rental such as B, K and N. In such cases, the service is defined as not booked by African Eagle. It is included in the rates because the client needs to see the rates to be able to make a decision, but it is not booked. To define a service as not booked by African Eagle when adding it, in the search engine, find the service, select and add. Tick Not Booked by African Eagle and add to basket. In the service basket, note the service added with a no BK, meaning no booking, indicator. To define a service already added as not booked by African Eagle, in the service basket, find the service, for example the wine and cheese tasting, click on the magnifying glass icon, tick Not Booked by African Eagle, and save. In service basket, note the no BK indicator that appears now for the service as well. Services defined as not booked by African Eagle, such as the city sightseeing and the wine and cheese tasting, are not booked, as can be seen on the reference. There is no booking status and no booking emails are generated or sent. They are not invoiced, as can be seen in payment on the preview. They do not appear. They do not appear on the itinerary, as can be seen in the day-by-day section, but they are included in the rates, as seen in the detailed quote. They are flagged as not to be booked in the detailed quote. In rate setup, services defined as not booked by African Eagle are included in the total rate calculator. Without the detailed quote, these rates could be misleading as they include services not visible on the itinerary. To avoid this, not booked by African Eagle is best used in conjunction with optionals. To set up Not Booked by African Eagle with optionals in rate setup, first create the option, for example, car rental category B, and click Save. Untick To be booked. When adding a new service, under Search Services, find the required service, click Add to Basket, define the pickup and drop-off, click Submit, select the optional. Note that Not Booked by African Eagle is automatically ticked as soon as the option is selected. Click Add to Basket. In Service Basket, note that the car rental has been added, linked to the optional with the indicator No Book. When linking an existing service to the optional, for example the second leg of the car rental, in Service Basket, linking the service to the optional will be blocked if the to be booked setting is different from the optional. First, click on the magnifying glass icon, change the setting for the service by ticking Not Booked by African Eagle and save. Then, in Service Basket, the service can be linked to the optional. All the services linked to an optional must have the same status, booked or no. For example, the optional for the car rental defined as to be booked no. In Service Basket, both services linked to the optional are also defined as not to be booked. For amending Not Booked by African Eagle settings used with optionals, to ensure coherence between the optional and the services, it is controlled from the rate setup page. In Service Basket, for the services linked, if you click on the magnifying glass icon and untick and save, note the message displaying saying that the service is not compatible with the optional it is linked to. To make the change, in Rate Setup, tick To be booked for the optional. In Service Basket, note that the services linked to that optional no longer have the No Booking indicator. For amending Not Booked by African Eagle settings in a booked project, in Service Basket, a service already in the basket cannot be defined as not booked. For example, for the wine and cheese tasting, click on the magnifying glass icon. Note that Not Booked by African Eagle cannot be ticked. If it is no longer needed, it should be cancelled. In Service Basket, click on the cross, cancel, and in Booking Management, send the cancellation. In a booked project, it is, however, still possible to untick not booked. For example, for the city sightseeing, currently not booked, click on the magnifying glass icon, untick and save. In Service Basket, note the status RQ and the pending booking email. Click on Booking Management and Send. Similarly, in Rate Setup, it is not possible to untick the optional that has already been booked, for example the Toyota. If it is no longer required, it should be cancelled from Service Basket. And then in Rate Setup, delete it. It is, however, possible to tick to be booked for an optional not yet booked. In Service Basket, note the status RQ and the pending booking. In Booking Management, send the booking mail. Typically, Not Booked by African Eagle is used as follows. The project is created with the optionals, for example, cars category B, K, and N. One is defined as to book, for example, car category B, the others as not booked, for example, category K and N. On the itinerary, only one car, in this example category B, appears, but all three appear in the rates. When the client confirms the project, before it is booked, the client's choice of vehicle is defined as to be booked, for example, car category N, and the other vehicles are removed, for example, category B and category K. And then in Rate Setup as well. The project is then booked with only the selected vehicle. If, on the other hand, when confirming the project the client still has not made a decision on the vehicle, all the optionals can be defined as not to be booked. In Rate Setup, untick category B as well and book. None of the cars will be booked or appear on the itinerary, but all three will still appear on the rates. Once the client has then made a decision, the car selected, for example category K, is defined as to be booked in Rate Setup and the other vehicles removed. In Booking Management, send the booking email generated. Similarly, any optional the client has not yet decided about at the time the project is booked can be defined as not booked until the client has made a decision. For example, a flight. Untick. In Rate Setup, then book the project. And that is it. Thank you for watching.